You lived your whole life eating chicken, turkey, duck. Never once have you tried a crow. Never once have you tried a seagull. Think about that for a second. Birds are birds. Meat is meat. So why does your brain flinch at the thought of eating one and not the other? The answer isn't taste. The answer is something much older and much stranger hiding inside your own head. Chickens didn't win because they taste the best. Crows and seagulls didn't lose because they taste the worst. Most people assume it's about flavor. That's not quite right. The real reason is about what these birds eat, what they remind us of, and a hidden survival rule your ancestors built into your brain thousands of years ago. Scientists call it disgust psychology, and once you understand it, you'll never look at a seagull the same way again. So let's start with the obvious question. What do crows and seagulls actually eat? Crows will eat almost anything. Nuts, berries, trash, roadkill. Seagulls are just as flexible. Fish, insects, garbage. Dead animals washed up on shore, they are scavengers. And scavengers share one very inconvenient habit. They eat the dead. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. For most of human history, battlefields were full of unburied bodies, and crows showed up. They fed on soldiers left to rot in the open. People watched this happen for centuries, so in the human mind, crows became linked to death itself. Eating a bird that eats corpses started to feel like eating something contaminated by death, even if the bird itself was perfectly healthy meat. This wasn't just superstition. There's an old expression, eating crow. It means being forced to accept a humiliating defeat. That phrase exists because crow meat was seen as the worst possible thing you could be forced to swallow. Not because of flavor, because of what the bird represented. But here's what's fascinating. Chickens are just as messy. Chickens will eat insects, worms, even small dead animals if given the chance. But you never see a chicken feasting on a battlefield. You never watch one pick at roadkill on the highway in front of you. Out of sight, out of mind. Your brain doesn't judge chickens for their diet because you never had to witness it. So what killed the seagull's reputation the same way? Location. Chickens live on farms, hidden from view. Seagulls live right where you do. On your beach, around your trash cans, diving at your food. You've personally watched a seagull rip into garbage. That single memory does more damage than any nutritional fact ever could. And it might be the strangest part of all. This isn't just about crows and seagulls. Your brain runs the same background program on almost everything you eat. Psychologists have a name for it. Disgust is a survival tool. Thousands of years ago, avoiding rotten meat, disease, and death kept you alive. Your ancestors who felt disgusted by corpse eaters survived. The ones who didn't sometimes got sick and died. That feeling didn't disappear. It got passed down, straight into you. But then history shows something even stranger. Not every scavenger got rejected. Swans are also messy eaters. Yet swans were once a delicacy in royal courts of Western Europe. Kings and queens served swan meat at their most extravagant feasts. So it's not just about being a scavenger, it's about branding. Swans looked elegant, crows and seagulls looked like trash pickers. Same biological category, completely different reputation. So what actually decided which birds became food? Not taste alone, not cleanliness alone. It came down to three brutal filters. Can you farm it easily? Does it grow fast and taste consistently good? And does it avoid looking in your mind like something that eats the dead? Chickens checked every box. They breed fast, they're calm enough to keep in large numbers, and their diet stays hidden from human eyes. Crows and seagulls fail on nearly every count. They're hard to farm, they're fiercely wild, and their diet is something you've personally witnessed with your own eyes, on your own beach, in your own city. Imagine you're standing on a boardwalk 100 years ago. A gull screeches overhead, dives, and rips a piece of rotting fish straight off the sand in front of you. That image burns into memory. Now imagine a chicken clucking quietly behind a farmhouse fence completely out of sight. One creates instant disgust, the other creates comfort. Neither bird is actually cleaner than the other. Your brain just never had to confront the truth about the second one. And here's the twist that makes this personal. In the 1930s in Oklahoma, a group of people actually tried eating crow on purpose. Farmers had grown to hate crows for destroying crops, so some communities began hunting and cooking them just to prove a point. According to old reports, the meat wasn't disgusting at all. Dark, a little gamey, similar to duck. Not the horror people expected. The taste was never the real barrier, the idea was. So why does this matter to you, someone who has never once considered eating a crow or a seagull? Because this same invisible filter runs your entire relationship with food right now, today. You've probably never questioned why insects disgust you, but shrimp doesn't, even though a shrimp is basically a bug of the sea. You've never questioned why rare steak feels normal, but a piece of visible fat makes you gag. Your disgust reactions aren't random. They were engineered by thousands of years of survival pressure, then quietly inherited by you without your permission. Every time you wrinkle your nose at a food, you're not making a personal choice. You're running an ancient survival algorithm written long before you were born, still executing silently in your brain today. So the next time a seagull swoops down and steals food right out of your hand, notice what you feel. It's not really about the bird. It's about a warning system installed in you before you could even speak, still deciding right now what you're allowed to consider food. The birds never changed. Your ancestors did the deciding. You just inherited the verdict.